Module 5, we're looking at funding solutions. And what's going to be covered off in this module is funding for both planned and contingent events. We're also going to have a look at some really exciting illustrations and to give you some insight into how the whole thing comes together. Now, Andrew, funding for a planned event, let's say in the event of an exit of someone is involved in either retirement or pre-retirement, what's a typical example of where an advisor adds value there?
Inevitably, Brian, it comes back to that issue that you raised in the third step, which is dealing with business value. And the real value here for an advisor is to meet that shortfall considerations in the event of retirement. Now, with business owners, don't forget their retirement age may be earlier than 55, or it may meet quite considerably longer periods too. Remember, when we're dealing with business owners and we're dealing in a family context, the business may not be the retirement plan that the business owner thought it was. So the issue is, how do you actually extract money from the business to meet the business owner's retirement needs, as well as keep that business within the family?
I couldn't agree more. And two major issues invariably come up, and that is one of the intergeneration transfer of wealth and also estate equalisation in the event of the small to medium family business. And that's where we have to meet that contingent liability of either illness or death, so that the estate can be equal over all parties. Now, your experience on that, Andrew?
It's interesting you should say that, Brian, because even in retirement that issue is not raised, and inevitably it becomes a problem in the event of death, especially with business owners. Why does it become a problem? For twofold reasons. Many businesses are just illiquid investments. So in the event of retirement, the business may be prematurely have to be sold simply because, as you rightly point out, the beneficiaries of the estate are demanding equality.
This is extremely important, and it's a dynamic that's so often overlooked by advisors. And the point that we wish to get across in doing this program is that there's no stone left unturned. We're raking this acres of diamonds and polishing each of these gems. There is no opportunity for someone to come back and say, my advisor did not discuss this with me. Most advisors are leaving acres of diamonds behind. The question of estate equalisation is just so important.
It's interesting, Brian, you talk about it from an opportunistic point of view with advisors and clients, but there's also the real risk of advisors, if they overlook this issue, then they may suffer compliance problems. And why? Because inevitably these issues arise, a client concerned that if somebody's being left out, whether it's during a person's lifetime or in the event of their death, disputes will arise.
And of course, in the past, discovery tools have not allowed you to get a full understanding and in fact a path to follow if in fact the principal does wish to keep, sell or liquidate, so that you can understand his concerns for estate equalisation. So it becomes a little bit like business estate planning. Now please turn to that page in your workbook under Funding Solutions where we have a case study. Once again, a real live case study that'll enable you to follow the discovery process we took and the solutions provided. So at the end of this module, some of the insights and tips that you'll have, that in the event of illness, retirement or death, you'll be able to identify, apply a strategy and apply a solution. You will leave no stone unturned. Once again, you'll be earning while you're learning.